I've been waiting this for a long time. Squid Game Season 3 came out. Now I was in it. No, I wasn't actually in it. Did you guys finish Squid Game? Did you guys finish it? Because we're about to do a review, guys. I have a lot to say. I'm going to be real. I have a lot to say. We're going to be doing a review, critical review of Squid Game. This is probably one of my favorite shows right now. This might get into some spoilers, boys. Episode 1. So she infiltrates the operation. New game is announced, hide and seek. Guys, we have photos and shit. Yo, we can look at these photos. Look at him, bro. We got this game. Yeah, this is where they separate the teams. I remember this. We got D. They're on separate teams and shit. Yo, so they got put on separate teams and the game got announced as hide and seek. The red team was the killers. They get knives. The other team gets the keys to unlock and lock doors and shit. It was crazy. What would y'all pick? Would y'all pick blue or red? That's what because I was thinking, right? Would I want to be blue or red? Here's the thing. I think I would be blue because personally I'm not trying to kill nobody. But also if you're red, you have a strat. If you find the exit as red, you could just camp the exit and you could get an easy kill. Blue because you're fast. Yeah, if you're fast like me, blue because I honestly think I could like if there's like someone like who attacks me, I believe in myself to like defend myself even if they have a knife. I could like dodge that shit. And then yo, this shit was staring at the other guy who fumbled with the mags in season 2. There's so many memes about this, bro. As soon as I saw this scene right here, I knew it was gonna be meme. I was like, yo, this is like meme potential. They knew what they were doing, bro. And yo, they did him dirty. We'll talk about this more later, but they did him dirty, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and then this the boat bullshit, bro. Yo, I swear, bro, the boat arc. Oh my. The guy that got arrested was so smart, bro. This guy, I think his name is Junho. 2 seasons to try to figure out the mystery, and he figured it out in like 1 day. He calls him, and then he's like, yo, kill them all, bro. Kill them all. Listen, I honestly think, guys, if you want my opinion, I think the first half of the season was much better. I think the second half of the season was a bit wacky. And also, yo, this character is pretty sick. Breaking in, like, going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the whole storyline. Yeah, this storyline was really good. Honestly, I like this storyline. I would much love if Junho, his storyline, the brother, was a bit more like this. I'm not gonna lie. This was an actual good storyline. His storyline was just like, where's the island? Oh, we're looking for the island. Oh, it's not that one. Shit. So I think that's it for episode 1, yo. Okay. Episode 2, games resumed. Yo, okay, so this episode 2 was the hide and seek, yo. Bro, let me tell you, that shit was fire, bro. Yo, honestly, guys, I think the hide and seek game was the best game. The only problem is they like killed all the characters we actually cared about. 120, dead. The son, dead. The mother right after, dead. And by the time we hit the jump rope game, it's just a bunch of goons left. And also, yo, something that people don't talk about, Minsu, bro. This guy, there was a whole conspiracy theory about Minsu being a VIP, guys. And I thought it was gonna be true because they kept him alive for so long. And I thought, okay, maybe there's some shit going on here. Maybe the theory is true because, yo, it was the same actor as him in a VIP anyways. Yeah, I was like, yo, okay, that makes sense. He has plot armor. That's why he's alive this long. And then he was just a drug addict and died while tripping for no reason. He was really traumatized. It was a pretty crazy death. 120 diving. Yo, yeah, 120 dying was so sad, bro. Like, actually, because that was like one of my favorite characters, low-key. I really like the hide and seek game. That game was just fun to watch, honestly. When Namgyu died, yo, yeah, the drug. Bro, honestly, bro, if Thanos never brought fucking drugs, this shit would have been different as hell. I just wish he didn't do that shit. One thing I do want to say is in season 1, they had a thing where they all go out. They go out to the real world before coming back to the games. And the whole point of that was like explaining real life is just like the games, honestly. That's what they're saying. They're saying they'd rather come back to the games than be in real life. But this time they had this weird ass thing where they're voting every round, which was not even there in the season 1. Like they just started doing that. I don't know why. I think this time it was like they spent like 90% of the time in the games. And I kind of like it, honestly. I love it more when it's not in the games. Some crazy shit's going on in real life. Or like they're trying to infiltrate the game, some shit like that, you know? Then there's the jump rope games. It was all right. I mean, Namgyu died. This guy, this buffoon, right? He's crossing perfectly fine to get the drugs. Opens to realize there's no drugs and then dies. Brother, you got halfway there without drugs. Why didn't you just go through, bruh? Like, yo, that baby made everything. Yo, the baby, yo, we didn't even talk about the baby, bro. The baby was a big part of this shit. There was like a rumor saying that 222 was not gonna die because like in Korean culture they're not supposed to be killing pregnant women. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then they gave birth. I'm like, oh yeah, she's gonna die. It's checkmate because the baby's alive. She's not pregnant no more type shit. Anyway, so we get to episode 3. Junho's team gets close to finding the island. Oh, that's what they've been doing for the last 20 episodes. Oh yeah, VIPs, guys. We had to talk about the VIPs real quick. Tell me why these guys got like the most wacky ass, goofy ass voices, bro. Yo, we gotta check this out real quick, bro. Let's just listen to this shit. Her fracturing ankle was cherry on top, for real. Nah, with ankle it was doable, but without ankle.
Like to go hunting. Oh no.
Okay, like what is this? For a second, I thought this shit was like an ad or something. I swear on my life, I thought this shit was an ad. How bad the voice acting was. I thought they're gonna pull out like a product. Oh man, I love hunting. And I also love drinking Gatorade or some bullshit, you know? Cause that's how wacky it was.
Good thing I like to go hunting. Oh, no worries. That was a blast.
Like, what is that, guys? Like, yo.
Come on.
Shit cannot be real, bro.
How about you two?
Mr. Harris.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
hunting in Africa, but this was on another level. Oh, you sure your chopper was the problem? Do you think she meant it when she said she'd give up all her money?
It's such a random switch up. Like, it was crazy. I genuinely thought they were gonna do a sponsor. Like, they were gonna pull out some sponsor. All right. Okay, we need to talk about this one. The frontman reveal. This shit would have been a huge deal. Massive scene, except what actually happened was the frontman just called him in and he was like, yo, he took off the mask for no reason and just revealed his identity out of nowhere. And then he was like, do you still believe in people? And he walked out. And that was it. There was barely any like reason for doing that other than he's gonna die soon without knowing the identity. Shit, we forgot about that bullshit. We need them to see who he is. He barely reacted. He just left and that was it, man. Like, it was really underwhelmed. It was really out. They could have had it like so much cooler. They definitely could have done better with that. I'm gonna be honest, man. Okay, so we could talk about the Noel escape. It was pretty nice. The whole hostage situation, 246. Only 2 people that got a happy ending, so we love to see it. Okay, let me just talk about this ending, yo. Squid Game as a whole is gonna be one of my favorite shows because of the whole like message, yo. The message of like society. Yo, the reason they have like votes, it's like, I think it's like a reference to politics saying like, yo, vote for or against the games. It talks about how democracy works. I think it's like criticizing democracy and shit. But the ending, guys, so this guy finally fucking makes it to the island. After 2 seasons, he makes it to the island. People forget this, but that's why the Coast Guard follows him. So the Coast Guard gets to the island. This is a big thing. Okay, so the guy finally reaches the island. He knows that the fireman figured it out, blows it up. Game ends. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I understand the ending. I understand the ending. If I'm one of the 2 guys that are fighting at the end, I'm stepping on the button mid-fight, bro. Like, why are we not stepping on the button to start the game so only one person dies? Like, why are we doing that? Yo, I swear there's a point where Gi-hoon was walking backwards and he was about to walk on top of the button. I'm like, yo, step on the button. You might as well, bro. He was walking backwards towards the button. He didn't even step on it. Why are we not stepping on the button? Have we forgotten why we're here? Have you forgotten the rules of the game? Like, this is what I'm saying, man. We need to talk about 333. I don't understand how 333 went on such a villain arc. I genuinely don't understand. Why did this guy go from like a chill crypto scammer to murdering his own son? When did that happen, bro? He abandoned the girl. Like, first of all, like, if you look at how he was moving in season 2, you would have never guessed he would have done that. Like, it genuinely doesn't make any sense. The switch up does not make that much sense to me, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I guess the point was he is the smartest guy, right? He is probably the smartest one. Like, if you, like in the final game, he was like managing the group, and it was very similar to him in season 1. Very similar. I think that's why they had him in the final, because they wanted to have the smartest guy against Gi-hoon, just like before, right? Also, I just want to say real quick, any person that made it after the tag, the hide and seek game, you're lucky as hell that number 120 died, because y'all would have all been cooked. I'm gonna be real. Y'all would have all been cooked. 120 would have destroyed everyone in any game. I want to test something. Do you all think I look like this guy, though? Be real. People saying I am, bro. Like, look at him, bro. Nope. All right, I guess I was just tripping, bro, because I thought I looked like him a bit. The hair switches up a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Here, probably, yo, here. If my hair is not like messed up, my hair's kind of messed up. I went in the pool today. Yeah, I kind of look like him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, if they do an American Squid Game, bro, I'm telling you, I would deadass be a perfect main character. Low key, put me as the genius character who dies. You know what I'm saying? Or put me as the front man. Fuck it, bro. Put me as the front man, bro. I would love to be in the Squid Game, like deadass. Guys, tell me why this fucking guy turned into the fucking prince from Clash Royale. This was kind of goofy, bro. 100. Okay, we need to talk about player 100, bro. How the fuck did player 100 survive that long? How did player 100 survive that long? Someone needs to explain that to me, bro. Because this guy, bro, this guy was just like, all he did was lead a group of people. He did nothing else. The only good thing he did was create that meme where he pushes the guy into the room and dips. That was funny. I have to admit that was funny. But also, guys, completely unnecessary. Oh, here it is, here. Alright, guys, we need to talk about how unnecessary this shit was. See a woman, first of all, she's not even charging yet. She's standing here with the knife, standing up like this. Like, she looks more scared than them. Door is wide open. You could just turn around and dip. But no, you push the guy in and slam the door. You could have both left. I'm just saying, he could have just turned around and dipped. The ending, okay, no, this is what we have to talk about. I'm not gonna lie, apparently this is like a famous actor. I have no idea who this is. I'm not trying to be mean, I just don't know who this is, okay? My first thought is this is goofy as hell. She's playing Daki in the middle of Los Angeles. Squid Game USA version, I have a feeling it's gonna be goofy. I cannot imagine a world where Squid Game USA version gets pulled off to the level of the Squid Game, the original one. I just cannot imagine it, yo. I'll give a recap. I think the start was good. I think the first game, the hide and seek game, was the peak. And then after that, for the finale, bro, I didn't like it because all of the characters we cared about died. They had this group of 5 goons fucking like gooning everywhere, trying to team up. Minsu survived and died for no reason. I thought he was gonna be like a VIP or some shit. Number 333 and 456 through. They could have easily pressed the button and then at least 2 people survived, but no. So yeah, he had to sacrifice himself. GG's to him. But overall, the ending was nice. Then the island blows up and then everyone skedaddles, and that's it. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Yo, you know what the crazy thing is that no one talked about though? That one VIP had a bet on 222, right? And he won the bet because of that whole shit. He hit his parlay. That is a crazy parlay hit, bro. Like, I wonder what his payout was. He probably made so much off that. Like, that shit would have been hyped. But at the end, when like Gi-hun sacrificed himself, he must have forgot, bro. He must have forgot the parlay he just hit. Yo, like, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. He hit a crazy parlay.